I've seen it, body warm, heart anemic.
I really mean it. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is June 14th, 2018. I want to give a shout out to my man B Massive from the Webbot Rooms on Telegram. He wanted me to play Diplomats. I really mean it. This was a classic. I used to rock this all the time in high school. Thanks for the song request, brother. What's going on, people? Hope you guys are holding in there. This bear market is continuing, and it looks like it may be taking another leg down. We'll take a look at that. Also, the articles I have on deck for today, one being Tezos. Looks like the individuals that participated in the Tezos ICO are not happy. We'll take a look at that. My man Ed, and Eddie actually sent an email to me last week regarding this, and then I saw an article about it and said, hey, let me go ahead and report on this. So we'll take a look at that. And the other thing we're going to be looking at today is something that Apple has done. They're not playing fair when it comes to the Apple App Store. I don't know, people. This is getting bad. So we'll take a look at that as well. But first, let's check on the market cap. Currently, global market cap for cryptocurrencies is at $272 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is still around 40%. Currently at 40.22%. And it's still looking horrible, guys. Especially on that 7-day view. Hour, mostly in the red. Few in the green. Omizago in the green. And for the last 24 hours, we're slightly in the green for a lot of these tokens. But as you'll see right here, looks like we're taking another leg down. We'll see, though. We tried to get back above my 6,600 line, but that failed, as you can see. And it looks like we're going to take one more leg down and test this area. If we do test this last low, this is where we really want to go here, is 5,900. And man, I told you guys yesterday, if we can't hold that, I don't even want to draw any lines on where we're going from there, to be honest with you. But I'll keep an eye on it for you guys. So on to the first article for today out of CoinDesk. This was from a couple of days ago. Didn't have time to report on it yesterday. But it says here, surprise, KYC, investors in Tezos troubled ICO might finally be fed up. You know, there was Storica did this as well, but I think Storica, you know, they never mentioned KYC, but they said that it was in their white paper. I didn't see that, and I can't say that I looked through the Storica's white paper in detail like that. So I'm not sure if they were telling the truth or not. But it looks like with Tezos, this was never part of the plan or strategy. So it says here, Tezos, the blockchain project that sought to fix crypto's broken governance model, is at the center of talk about how to handle decentralized politics, just not in the way its founders had hoped. On Sunday, the Tezos Foundation announced that it would be carrying out Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering checks on investors who bought into the July 2017 initial coin offering. At that time, investors who the foundation calls contributors were not asked to provide any personal identification information when they bought $232 million worth of crypto tokens, dubbed as Tezos, making Tezos the largest ICO ever completed up to that point. But now, as the blockchain industry has matured, it has become best practice to verify that contributors meet basic KYC and AML criteria, the Tezos Foundation announcement said. A third-party US-based TokenSoft is handling the checks, and according to one Reddit user who said they'd completed the KYC AML compliance, the check asks for a name, phone number, address, government issue ID, and a selfie. And this news has enraged many investors. One says if they wanted to do KYC AML compliance, they should have said so as part of the initial offering. This person goes on to say changing the deal after the sale has been completed for months is bad business, no matter how they try to dress it up. So the article goes on to say that part of the confusion is likely that this is just the latest obstacle standing between Tezos investors and their tokens. The blockchain launch, which would unlock the tokens for investors, was delayed for months after a spat between Tezos founders Arthur and Kathleen Brightman, and the Tezos Foundation president. Yep, so the article goes on. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to highlight a couple more points here. It says here, going rogue. While crypto true believers make all sorts of asseverations on social media, a number of industry observers, including Ethereum creator and crypto heavyweight Vitalik Buterin, have begun to advocate a Tezos hard fork. Hard forks have become a popular way for opposing camps within crypto community to part ways, splitting the blockchain into two and creating an alternate cryptocurrency in the process. Wow. What do you guys think about that? I kind of understand what Tezos is trying to do going forward. They want to try to, just play within the traditional guidelines that a lot of these countries, regulatory agencies are starting to place on ICOs and stuff. At the same time, I don't know, man. I think this is a bad move on their behalf. I think they should to really take that stand and not do the KYC AML and say F it, be truly decentralized, be truly autonomous, I think I gotta side with Vitalik on this one. I think they should just do a fork, let the individuals that don't want to deal with that go that way, and the ones that want to play by the rules, they can go the KYC AML route. And just let the market, dictate which is going to be the one that they want to use. I don't know if you guys peeped this, but in the interview I did with Brock Pierce, one of the projects he was most excited about was Tezos. I was shocked about that. That Tezos is also, from the data that from last year, is the mystery coin by Cliff High. So I don't know, people. What do you think? Should they hard fork? Should people move to a new version of Tezos that does not require KYC and AML? Let me know your thoughts about that one. That's a crazy thing. I asked my buddy, I said, hey, what are you gonna do, man? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it or what. I'm like, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, because you've waited this long. If you don't do it, you don't get your token. So puts people in a very difficult position, and it is kind of unfair for them to spring this on them. So the next article is out of Reddit, actually, and this was an interesting one. So a gentleman, I guess he's a developer for one of the mobile apps that's on the Apple Store, and he says here, Apple is effectively blocking true ownership access to digital gaming items and potentially other ERC721 digital assets on iPhone. Toshi and True Wallet told to block access to all digital goods from their platform or be removed from the Apple Store. This is crazy. This guy here, Polizzo, says he's cross-posting this in a few places today because he believes it's worthy of more attention and effort to fight against. True ownership of gaming assets and other digital goods is one of the most exciting and promising aspects of growing Web 3.0 world, and we need to fight against draconian policies like this that deny us access to our own property. I agree, man. I truly agree. I'm gonna click and show you guys the actual thread that this came from on Twitter. Very interesting what this guy here is talking about. So take a look at this thread here. He said under this post, Apple is not happy with digital goods. They told us to remove all digital good dApps, or Trust Wallet would be removed from the App Store within 2 weeks. God. He goes on to say, made appropriate changes on Trust Wallet app side to remove any mentions about digital goods. This is official message from Apple. So he's just showing that. Then someone from Status says, or Status, depending on how you want to pronounce that. This guy Chad says, wow, sorry to hear that. I'm a PM over at Status, so let me know if there is anything we can do to help. Victor then goes on to say, there is not much you can do with Apple. They are pretty strict. Status will have same issues once you guys release it to the App Store. This is the current state of things for Trust Wallet. Transactions not allowed in a web view /dApp browser. This is big, man. Another person here says this is pretty hugely limiting censorship by Apple. feels like it needs to be more widely called out, lobbied against. I agree. That's why I'm talking about it, people. Apple is effectively blocking true ownership access of digital gaming items and potentially other ERC721 assets. Yeah, this is bad, people. What do you guys think? This is why we do need decentralized, even decentralized app stores. They're coming. I'm sure of that. But you guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this move by Apple. You know, maybe they're blocking it because it's competition for what they're trying to do in the near future as far as allowing digital assets. But at the end of the day, what these centrally run companies are doing is setting themselves up for failure in the next 3 to 5 years, because everything will be decentralized. It'll just only be a matter of time before the people wake up and see this. You know, the smart people will do it first. They'll jump on that decentralized train, but it may take a little longer for the masses to understand what's going on and how it benefits them to operate within a decentralized platform and ecosystem. But you guys gotta let me know what you think. That's pretty much it for today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm out. Holla.
I rock Maury Phoenix, road to glory, seen it, you seen it.